Hello friends, welcome in. Today we have a very exciting and special episode. I have a little bit of like a bonus Cosmere catch-up for you. I have been reading The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I just finished part 1 last night and I thought it'd be kind of fun to document my theories and connections and kind of stuff that I've been thinking so far. So, as you can see, I've tabbed literally so much. I never tab in books, so this has been crazy, but I am sensing so many things. Like, Brandon Sanderson is putting his heart and soul into this book, and I swear to God. And the fact that y'all say this is the worst book in the Stormlight Archive is crazy, because what do you mean? This is already gas. Like, I'm eating this up. You're telling me it just gets better from here? We'll see about that. Actually, I fully trust all of y'all. But yeah, anywho, if you didn't catch on by now, this is going to be a spoiler chat for The Way of Kings. So if you have not read The Way of Kings, this is your sign to go ahead and leave this video now. I'll miss you very much, but I will be back to regular content very soon. Anywho, let's get into my thoughts. I have like literally notes written out of my thoughts because I have caught so many things that I needed to take notes. Oh, let's just like discuss my kind of like overall thoughts so far. So far, I do think of the, I guess, 4 POVs we've gotten, because we got Seth, the one kid, Shallan, and Kaladin, and I think that's it. So far, Kaladin's POVs are definitely my favorite. I will say though, I am relating to Shallan and Jasna both so much already, which is crazy. But I do slightly enjoy reading Kaladin's POV more, at least right now. But I will say, Seth's POV, like the prologue, that was crazy. My jaw was unhinged. Like, what do you mean? That was such a crazy way to open a book. Like, I love this book. I will say, so far, this book has definitely already felt a little bit, dude, this is so heavy. It's already felt way more high stakes than the other Cosmere books I've read. Like, so far, literally so much has already happened. Like, obviously, Mistborn and Elantris and all that, and Warbreaker, all of them so far have all been high stakes, but they kind of like ease into it. This one already feels so crazy, and I'm literally 167 pages in or whatever, so I can only imagine where it goes from here. I think I need to like put it on my head or something. This book is so heavy, it's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss my thoughts on the characters. So far, Kaladin, I definitely think there's more to him than meets the eye. His name being Stormblessed and him being just like so lucky, I really think there's something there. I will say, the name Stormblessed and the fact that this is like a storm-centric world, it's reminding me a lot of Mistborn. So I don't know if that's connected at all or just kind of like a nickname, but I do think that there's still more to him than meets the eye. Like, what do you mean every single person in Bridge 4 or whatever on that front row died except him? That's crazy. That is such good luck, and I think it's a little bit more magical than meets the eye. Like, I think there's something to it, you know? Oh, also, his story so far is literally so sad. Like, him being a slave and all these people that he loves and cares about dying, him losing his job in the army that it applies he's like worked for his whole entire life. His brother, I believe, has passed away, if I'm like catching on some clues. Well, they're not even clues. It like straight up talks about his brother. I'm pretty sure his brother's dead. But yeah, there's just so much in just this short amount of time about his character to unpack. Yeah, I'm really enjoying reading about him so far. I was so confused at the part where he was talking about how he was gonna walk into the chasm. I was like, dude, aren't you like the main character? But it makes a lot of sense now. Him saying that his old self has died and now he's like the leader of Bridge 4. I get it, okay? I was a little nervous about Bridge 4 at first. I was like, y'all are ride or die for these people? That's weird, but I get it now, okay? I haven't seen the full transformation, but I sense one coming. Also, Syl. Is that how you say her name? Syl? Sybil? I don't know, but I love her, but I also, I have so many questions. I want to know immediately who she is. Like, why has she been following him this whole time? Like, why is she so magical? She seems very different from the other Spren we've met so far, and yeah, I'm really curious about that. But I'm sure, knowing Brandon Sanderson, that is a question I'll get answered soon. And then for Shallan, I definitely think Shallan is hiding something, but it's because of one specific flashback that she mentions about her father's death. And if I read it right, she mentions holding a sword, like standing over him or something like that. Like, did I read that right? Did she kill her father? Because that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know about that. Speaking of Shallan and memories, I definitely think Girly has some sort of memory magic. She mentions so many times, like, blinking to remember a scene, like an event happening in front of her, and then she draws the scene, but the way it talks about her drawing the scene, it says she like flushes the memory from her brain. Like, she draws it and then just like lets it go. But in that same paragraph, it talks about how she what am I trying to say? Oh, it says she like relives the memory. Like, she's drawing Jasna and she's like, I'm standing in the hallway again. Like, I can smell it and sense it and whatever. And I'm like, does she have some sort of like memory, photographic memory, like time travel, something rather magic? Because that's so cool, but also, again, so crazy. I have so many questions, but I do think it's interesting, like I said, that Brandon has specifically said she blinks to remember the scene so many times. It's almost like she's taking a photograph with her brain, and I'm onto that. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Brandon. Okay, and I've kind of already talked about a couple of these, but now I'm going to talk about my theories. The first one, obviously, being that I think Shallan has some sort of magic. I just don't see all of these things being a coincidence. I think the way he describes it is a little bit too detailed for it not to mean something. My big theory, this one is like so out of left field, but I kind of think Shallan and Kaladin might know each other. They both mention during their respective like POV chapters that they had training from medical people. Like, she talks about, oh, my nurses trained me about this, my nurses. And he has a chapter where he's talking with his father about going to med school to train with the surgeons. What if it's the same school? Like, what if they know each other? Also, this one is so out of left field, like so out of pocket, like crazy, probably really stretching here. But there's a portion where Kaladin talks about his friend Jam. Shallan, in an earlier POV chapter of hers, mentions that she loves Jam. Now, wait a dang second. Like I said, that could really be a stretch. But I feel like with Brandon Sanderson, he doesn't put stuff like that in there as an accident. Like, if he wanted her to be talking about, like, the toast jam, I feel like he would have just said jelly. The fact that they're both jam, that's suspicious. The last little section here is to talk about the Cosmere connections I'm catching so far. The first one is ham. I'm sorry, but okay. It's probably not the same Ham from Mistborn, but Kaladin mentions how he has a friend named Hammy, or knows a soldier named Hammy or whatever. That's Ham from Mistborn. You cannot tell me it's not. It's a cameo, or it's like an Easter egg. I caught you, Brandon. I see you. The second one is, I genuinely think that the themes are kind of similar so far between all of the works I've read of his. They all kind of have this theme of like not really knowing where you belong and finding yourself through explorations of, you know, royalty, magic, politics, religion, etc. I think that the one guy that Shallan is talking to, the one that I said like that she's talking about Jam with, he reminds me kind of Sazed. I don't think it is Sazed. That'd be crazy if like every character was just boop. But their kind of like religious chat reminded me of Sazed a little bit. Yeah, there's something Brandon loves to do. It's write a religious character, write a political character, write a royalty character, and it's kind of cool. Like, all of it feels very similar, but they're all so different. And then kind of my last one was Bridge 4, like I mentioned briefly earlier. Y'all had me worried. I was reading these Bridge 4 sections like, y'all got merch dedicated to Bridge 4 and they're acting like this? Which I should have known better. I should have known there was some sort of like crazy plot twist or like character growth there with the Bridge 4 community or whatever you want to call it. But I was sitting there literally thinking, am I missing something? But yeah, I will go through just a couple of the things I underlined. Oh, this is kind of interesting. It's sorry. Kaladin Stormblessed was dead, but Kaladin Bridgeman was of the same blood, a descendant with potential. So, like, did he just, like, rename himself? Also, on the page, like, literally right before it, he talks about how... Oh, okay, yeah. Kaladin talks about how he died in that chasm, and he's now a vengeful spirit to deal with. I literally wrote on my sticky note here, it's giving Kelsier from Secret History. Like, that's similar energy. Obviously, he's not Kelsier, but it's giving similar energy of, like, not accepting death. Yeah, here's my note about Shallan and Kaladin both mentioning, like, medical figures. Oh, I liked this quote when he says, "Worry just wastes time." Oh, also I found the page where he talks about Hammy. And then it says right there, Hammy says this is silly. Right down here somewhere near my finger. So. Oh, also the Spren. I feel like they remind me of someone that we've read about before, but I don't know who. I haven't necessarily caught on to that part yet. But there's so many of them. Like, I, for a while, was bookmarking every single time a different breed of Spren got mentioned. I was up to, like, 10 bookmarks, I think. And I know I missed some. Like, Rot Spren, Wind Spren, Fire Spren. I want to say, like, Curiosity Spren. She mentioned something that I thought was interesting about, I think it was the Curiosity Spren. They only come out if an argument's really good. I feel like that will definitely come up later. Like, there's going to be some sort of crazy argument. Ooh, maybe against her and Jasna. That'd be really interesting. But I feel like there's going to be some big moment where, like, they come out for the first time and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. They're here finally. But, yeah. Oh, another thought. This is, like, not really relevant at all, but I really like Shallan's chapters because I like that I can't find one, but I like that they have the, here's this one. I think this is one. No, it's not, but similar vibes. I like that they have the, like, drawings right before her chapters, like, because that's literally what she's doing. She's drawing the creatures. Like, earlier in the chapter where she's talking about the sky eel, the chapter header, or whatever you want to call it, literally is a drawing of sky eel, and I think that's so cool. But anywho, yeah, I'm gonna go read the interludes, and probably will read all of section 2, and then my plan is to do either another one of these, like Wave Kings deep dives, or maybe I'll just do another big Cosmere catch-up like I usually do. To be determined. Haven't really decided, but so far I've just been so excited about everything that I'm seeing and catching on to that I thought I had to share. And I figured this was just niche enough that it deserved to be an episode on its own. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of my crazy psychotic deep dive. Let me know in the comments down below if you have also noticed some of these things. If you have any things that I missed that you maybe want to hint at. Don't tell me, but, like, maybe hint at some stuff I might have missed that I could, like, maybe jog my memory and catch up on. Let me know if there's any exciting portions in section 2 you want me to talk about. Again, spoiler free though, please. I'm having such a fun time reading this. I don't want spoilers. But feel free to give me, like, general vibes. Like, ooh, you know when you know. But yeah. Basically, just let me know how I'm doing so far, because I feel like I'm really catching some stuff. And like I said, I've tabbed so much. I never, ever, ever tabbed. So the fact that I've tabbed so much of this book is crazy to me. But yeah, I'm having too good of a time to not share it with the world. I'm just, like, being honest. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. I really hope to catch you in the next one. Like I said, can't decide if it'll be a generic Cosmere catch-up or another deep dive, but either way, I hope to catch you there.